Visually impaired people, everyone is an individual, so to talk about the challenges and the barriers that they face when getting out and about on their own terms is difficult because every person is unique.
True independence is to change somebody's perception, to allow somebody to say, on this day, I will go beyond what I know.
Reading station ticket gate entrance.
A lot of it for me was inspired from when my daughter was born and I wanted to go and take her out for a day. She's 4 years old and we wanted to go to the Angel Cinema. How can I make that something that I will not hesitate to do?
Windsor Castle, about 5 kilometers.
At one level, when you look at the technology, it's just bits of plastic, bits of metal. But when you bring the components of mobile devices and, for example, the headset that we're working on to deliver an experience, then all of a sudden what that technology enables a person to do is something amazing.
So you slip it over your ears as you would a standard set of headphones, but rather than covering your ears, it just touches your jaw bones. And it transmits, just through vibration, into your jaw bones sound, which sounds like it comes from outside of your head.
If a person is walking in a particular direction and over to the right of them there's a coffee shop, then that coffee shop actually is read out to them from the right hand side, and it appears as if it's read out outside of their head, so it's not coming from the speakers that they're wearing.
Continue for about 75 meters to Whitleywood Road.
I would describe the process of almost painting with sound, painting with words, with an element of navigation as being the experience that you get when you slip on the headset, and then you begin to experience the route.
The bus is due in 3 minutes.
I got a lot of feedback on the routes that were coming up in terms of where I needed to turn left and right. Gave me information about where the bus stops were along my route and different things. It actually helped me create a bigger picture of the area that I was in, so it was fantastic.
It is revolutionary what is happening here with sound. It has never been done before, to create a 3D soundscape of the world around you when we are so used to using our vision.
What you are seeing today is a result of a relationship that was built over time in a very collaborative and meaningful way for both organizations. The level of trust that we are putting in each other's hands is something that we don't see very often.
So we spent a lot of time, courtesy of the Guide Dogs organisation, immersing ourselves in understanding what it's like to be visually impaired. But one of the things that became really clear was the way that they use sound to anchor themselves in relation to whatever else may be around them. And that's where this sort of notion of being able to place sound in 3D space around the person came to us.
So on our right hand side you can hear perhaps some of the escalator, maybe some of the escalator and the steps.
Sorry Dee, when you're going into this level of detail, you have to help that person understand and build up that picture, right?
But I have to say, for the first time,
you know the station.
I have a mental image.
Exactly.
We're not teaching passivity or pervasiveness with blind, partially sighted people. We're not telling them how it should be. We're empowering them to allow them to grow and make the connections that are needed when sight is lost to truly be independent.
The main benefits for me would be just feeling more free and being able to do the same things as everybody else.
Tesco store, about 30 meters across road.
Creating cities that are unlocked for people who suffer from a visual impairment is crucial to us. Future Cities Catapult is really interested in the future products and services that smart cities embedded with sensors who are going to be delivering much richer and more nuanced data to us.
This is not a typical project within Microsoft. In many ways, I think we're fortunate because what we're trying to do aligns very well with the transformation that we're going through as an organisation and the direction that we're now taking.
If you force people to work with very tough constraints, like you're designing an experience where there's no screen, then the innovations that come out of that actually can be applied to a much broader audience and improve the end product for everybody.
Through the approach of universal design We've laid the groundwork for very rich solutions that will be created over time in ways that are unimaginable to us right now. Imagine crossing a station concourse in a foreign country you've never been to before. Wouldn't it be great to be able to, without getting out your phone or a book or something else, be guided in your own language and be informed about the environment around you? So I think the same principle that helps the visually impaired community is absolutely accessible to all of us as something that could empower our lives.
If I could use the technology every day, it would just broaden my horizons massively. It would take out some of the stress of travelling on my own, and I think it would be very exciting to be able to get out there in the world a bit more.
The long-term vision for the technology, I think it's up to us to shape it.
Microsoft has a passion to change people's lives for the better through the application of the technology and services that we provide.
It has the opportunity to fundamentally change their lives and allow them to engage in society in a way that they probably never thought they ever could when they lost their sight, and that's quite an incredible thought.